And dead. Good luck nerfing that gearbox. So what's up, YouTube? Got a build today that I would like to see them try to nerf. There's been a lot of heavy-handed balance changes lately, and here's my response to that. We're using Reaper of Bones with the Selective Amnesia class mod. Cool interaction that I saw Abby Hour on YouTube post about a while ago. I actually used this in the last build that I did, but I didn't fully understand it at the time. I played around with it more. I now see that any movement speed increase actually increases your damage when you're on fire from this. As Abby Hour pointed out, when you're using Reaper of Bones, you'll always be on fire because you'll always be taking damage. Your health and your ward tick away when you're in Reaper of Bones, and so it causes you to do more damage the faster you go. So as you'll see here, we're spec'd all the way into movement speed. We also have it on our class mod, but first to the skills. We are using Reaper of Bones, 2 points in Mortal Vessel, 3 in Faithful Thralls, 3 in the Harvest, 5 in the Dark Pact, and then all 5 points on my class item are going in the Dark Pact. We'll talk about that when we get to the gear. 3 in Dark Hydra, 1 in Dread Covenant because this causes your Lich to sacrifice itself to get you to stay in Reaper of Bones. I don't normally take this skill, but that's why we are here. Ascension, Lord of Edges, just 4 points into Blast Gasp. That's all we have to spare. And then a point into Morhaim's Blessing. Pretty much as standard Graveborn, with the exception of we're taking Dread Covenant, and instead of Essence Drain, we're taking a little Mortal Vessel for survivability. As for the Stabbomancer, as basically always, we're taking Arsenal, then we're taking Haste, as well as Swift Death, because movement speed equals damage with the Selective Amnesia, and especially with Reaper of Bones. So we're taking anything that makes us move faster because it makes us do more damage directly. Shadow Steps, just a free next crit. Nimble Fingers, we're taking 3 points, and then a point into Contagion, just on the random chance that we hit hard and get lucky. This isn't a Contagion build, obviously. For our hero stats, you're going to go all the way into Strength and Dexterity. Then I pump the rest into Constitution. You do lose, obviously a lot of ward and health the way this build is set up. Onto the gear, it's mainly centered around the Selective Amnesia. We have all damage dealt, movement speed, and spell damage. I pretty much already explained how the item works, but this is the only thing you can roll movement speed on as your class item. So we have the bonus here, then the bonuses in our Stabbo tree. When you use the Buffmeister, which gives you a huge movement speed bonus, and then pop Reaper of Bones, which will light you on fire, you're just getting an insane damage bonus from how fast you'll go. And you'll want to go real fast to take advantage of that. And so obviously we have the Buffmeister for, just to make us move faster, and then increase our gun damage and our spell damage. We focused on gun and spell because the Pixies needed to hit a little harder. The melee hit hard enough, so I didn't go bonk and spell, or bonk and zap. On the Buffmeister, and we do have 2 charges and Dark Magic. The enchant on this is on spell cast, increase all damage dealt by 15% for 10 seconds. For our amulet, we have, as always, a Skeep. This has more Dark Magic damage and Graveborn power with all damage dealt. This gives us survivability and, has good stats on it. The Desperate Master Rune is the perfect shield for this build. High capacity. The enchant, when health below 50%, regenerate 5% max health per second and gain 30% damage dealt. We're below 50% a lot, so we're gaining health back and gaining 30% damage. Plus, this increases companion damage by a flat 25% and 25% maximum ward. So, just a bunch of great stats on this for our build with the Pixies. For the rings, because they keep nerfing them, I decided to focus on things they can't really mess with. We have one for mobbing and one for bossing, but they're both doing spell damage, spell critical hit damage, spell critical hit chance, and dark magic efficiency. A big part of why I say I don't think this build can be nerfed, they're not going to rework the way dark magic works in this game. I'm getting dark magic efficiency here. I'm getting dark magic efficiency on my class item in my Graveborn skill tree from my Graveborn power. Yeah, my dark magic efficiency is 78.2%. My leech is 8.9 per second. It's real high. They're not going to rework a whole element in this game. Dark magic isn't going anywhere. The Amnesia right here is another thing that this is not even meta. I don't see them reworking the Amnesia and movement speed because this isn't what people are building around. This is also not an unintended interaction. In terms of the Spellblade, the Fear Not, the Bloodshot, and the Queen's Cry converting the spell damage, that remains to be seen, but we could switch over to some melee rings and switch some things around if that happened, or gun rings or whatever. But I really don't see them reworking the Spellblade because that's clearly what this item's intended to do. Yeah, that's pretty much what we have going on in the build. Oh, on the Spellblade, we have the Ancient perk. So using your melee restores your action skill cooldown. You're going to want to use that to get your Reaper of Bones back. That's pretty much all for the build. There will be a save file in my Discord, and that'll be linked in the description. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to join. I hope that you enjoy the build, and yeah, have a good one, everybody.